So one day, right, when I was in poly, right, my brother told me, "Hey, Zaya, police come to our house and..."
这么那个男的 right 要找你的妈妈的照片 right 来 jerk off。
On today's episode of Getting Out, we are going to talk about something that I'm very experienced about. So we have asked our audience to send in their stories of their abuse, their harassment, their bullying. We're going to look into their stories and then give our unprofessional advice. So we invited Dewy, and Dewy, right, have 250k followers.
Wow!
So she have been in the content creation space for 4 years and she reached 250k. Okay, so her content include like comedy skits. Now it's towards like vlog lah, personal reflection and sharing of beauty and fashion content. But can I ask, ever since you shift your content to become more vlogish or beauty and fashion, right, do you still get hate comments?
Of course, all day, every day.
All day, every day. Okay, then today is a very good topic.
So it's bo bei zao one lah.
Yeah. Then how about you both? You all got ever receive any hate comment or negative comment?
We so lovable.
No,
so likable.
Actually?
Yeah, everybody love us one. Right.
Actually, the producer did ask me
Yeah.
when they want to do like the fun fact thing, right? Then I was like, he don't have.
没有还是你不放在心上？
可能我不管。
Yeah, probably because we don't care.
In your memory got anything or not?
The max is I fat.
Oh.
Does it hurt you when people say you're fat?
But that's a fact.
That's the fact.
Yeah.
It's the truth. I am fat. I'm glad you
Period.
can see properly with your eyes lah. It doesn't really affect me.
Okay. How about you, Nigel? Don't have.
Maybe the most is like not funny.
Don't say lah. I think the one subjective.
You suddenly dig up something very.
Actually,
But at least right, your chest big, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
no, but I just want to say, right, in all honest fact, right, because I know both you in real life and not at all our interactions.
This is all real life, by the way.
I'm just saying that
You're not behind screens.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that all our interaction is not captured on camera, ma.
Oh, okay.
I do find Nigel's humor more my thing.
Right, so you say I'm not funny lah. Wow.
Now you feel
You need
bullied,
some-
is it? You feel bullied, is it?
You need some lotion?
Okay, whatever. Let's jump to the first question.
Oh,
Okay.
whatever. Can you don't skip my feeling like that? Can you apologize for what you say?
It's a fact, ma. I'm saying the truth, ma. We're going to dive to the first question. Okay, this question is sent by Emily. She says, "Hi Overkill, I did braces a few years ago and during this procedure, I was required to go for x-ray and photo taking before, during and after braces. After one of my appointment, right, when I was walking to the MRT from the MRT,
When I was walking
To the
I knew this was coming. When I was walking to the MRT from the hospital, the x-ray clerk called me on my personal phone, asked me to go up to take more photos, which I had already done last year, instructed by my dentist. I was stunned and frustrated and asked how long it would take as I was rushing for work, but he said it would be really quick. Without thinking much, I just quickly make my way back up to the x-ray and photo taking section of the hospital. So for appointments, queue numbers would usually be called via the screen, but he personally came out and called me by my name and brought me into the photo taking room. At first, he took normal shots of my face and teeth. However, he started taking pictures of my chest. But I didn't think much of it until I was making my way back to work. I told my dentist at the hospital after the incident. However, my dentist told me that she did not instruct the guy to take photos for the appointment. Fast forward, a month later, investigations were conducted and the hospital found several inappropriate pictures of me and other women in the camera. Hospital reported to the police and raided the house, finding even more inappropriate pictures of these girls. It was shocking how I was the first to report it. Otherwise, there would have been more victims. Please stay safe out there, girls, and be wary of your surroundings.
I thought today we're just gonna talk about like online harassment, hate comments. This one is straight up a crime,
Yeah, this one is a crime.
But 我有一个 question，我很 curious。他是因为他要 take 那个 X-ray，说他要拍他的奶奶嘛？
我不知道他是用什么拍啦。
He said use camera, right?
Camera,
Not the
camera.
X-ray.
哦，用 X-ray camera。哇，你拍直接是看到 skeleton。
没有 but it's normal like let's say when I go facial, they will take before after 嘛。But this one is a bit weird because it's supposed to be just the face, why take under the chest?
Do you need to take off your clothes when you take X-ray?
No lah. No
Because
need.
it's an X-ray, correct?
You have to wear a certain kind of robe.
Gown.
So there's a rope and a gown lah.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is，他是去 dentist。
Yeah, so don't even need to take here. Yeah.
不用。Then
Okay.
the chest have nothing to do inside a dentist. Nothing.
No, because I thought like in the cartoons you walk past the thing then you can see it. The very big one. Yeah.
Oh, no.
know,
It's just the mouth only.
Oh, just the mouth. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this one right is because like usually when you go for a medical checkup, you don't really question the professionality
the procedure lah.
of the nurse or
Right.
whoever's doing it. Because you yourself don't know.
I honestly think it's like a lot of girls, right, in this kind of situations, they don't dare to speak up.
Yeah,
you know, there's a recent debate on TikTok. Basically, she talked about how like she caught this guy upskirting a girl on the escalator.
Oh, I saw that video.
Yeah, so she went up to the girl. She told the girl, "Hey, do you want to do something about it?" And then the girl was like stunned, and then she said, "It's okay." So she just walked away. And then and then the girl that made the video said she was very stunned that the girl didn't want to take action lah. But honestly, I can understand also because recently I made a video talking about how like I suspected that my Grab driver, right, every time like, I'm wearing short skirt, and it's only when I'm wearing a short skirt, right, or when I look sexy, right, that when I leave the car, right, you know, sometimes they'll turn around to check if you have left your belongings.
Right.
Every time I'm wearing a short skirt, right, they'll stare even longer, and like their eyes will trail my butt area as I get out of the car because you both have to pull up like that. And it always makes me feel very uncomfortable. And then when I tell my boyfriend about it, right, he tells me that, you know, babe, no Grab driver has ever turned around to like look at me before. And he said, right, no guy will ever have that experience. And then I was like, oh my god, so it's only girls. And it made me feel so uncomfortable. And then when I made a video about it and talk about it on TikTok, right, all the men were trashing me. Why are you saying all this? Guys have eyes, what? They can look, what? So honestly, I don't blame girls who in the moment they are stunned, right, and then they don't dare to speak up.
So you are saying that if the Grab driver really take a picture of you as you leave the car, you will confront?
I think I'll post it because natural. Or like, chibai.
So you will react?
Yeah.
You will...
Delete. But if go onto his iCloud, at least you know.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'll still make a report because if go on Mothership, at least people's like, hey, let's search for Dewy's ass pics. Like, ew. You know, like the blurry one, then my ass look fat. I like confrontation.
Okay.
Like confrontation. You live for confrontation.
I like the thrill, you know. I like to like ask them, hey, why you take my pussy pic? You know what I mean? Like, I love to see them caught off guard, but I know not all girls like that. And like, like, it's quite scary to be honest, you know.
There was one right, this one very 够力 one。他 record 嘛，像他是我们的 fourth cam 这样，他 record 整个 process of 我们的那个 filming。
This type of harassment, right, is called image-based sexual abuse. 简称 IBSA is defined as such. Is the non-consensual creation, sharing, or threat of sharing someone's intimate images or videos, often to harass, exploit, or humiliate them.
Okay, so to clarify, it's only if I take a photo of your breast or your ass and I disseminate it. Technically, you have. If I take your private butthole or what, I disseminate it. I am actually abusing you.
But it's also.
But if I just take your face, it's not.
Correct. But even the threat of sharing is also considered IBSA.
我放 online 啊！
Like if you break up with me, I put your pictures on top, I put your video on top. And this
Private
type of
photos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this type of thing does happen lah.
So actually, is there any ways that we can protect like ourselves, especially females lah?
I mean, just don't send nudes.
Right.
But if you do, put a watermark.
Oh.
Right on the.
Why do you put
Why?
How does that help? How does that help?
It's like
Okay, so right, I'm not saying that you should do this, but you know, worst comes to worst, if you really have to send nude for some strange reason, maybe you're in an LDR, right? I saw this one hack on Reddit.
Why you hack the wall?
But on the entire nude, right, or like the video that you're gonna send, right, you put the name of the person that you're sending it to. Like for example, Sneaky Sushi. Then after that, right, when you send, if he ever leaked, right, then the entire nude will have his name. Then you know who leaked it.
oh my god!
No, that's one.
But if I'm being honest, right, how careful can a girl be?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
You know, you will put yourself in my shoes. Today you're a pretty girl with big tits and big ass. Okay?
damn.
Now when you go
I'm
to
a
the
guy
toilet.
with big tits and big ass though.
Period. So then you imagine you live in a world with like perverts that are gays or whatever lah. Someone that will see you as an object, right? You go to the toilet, you need to be careful of peepholes. You go to a hotel, you need to be careful. A stranger runs up and get into your room. You go into a Grab, for fuck's sake, a Grab. You are afraid that he will look into your panties when you get out of the door. So honestly, I feel like we can always ask girls to be careful and girls should be careful, right? But then at what point do we finally point the fingers at the perpetrators and say like, we need to teach all these men to like act right, you know? All the incels and the gooners, like get them in the room and give them therapy or something.
To summarize, right, men are disgusting. This is from Janice. Again, it's a girl. It happened many years ago. So what I can give is a rough memory of what happened. I met this guy who slid into my DM with a photo and showed his cum on my photo. I was about 15 to 18 years old. I didn't really bother at first and blocked him. And he actually came back years later and he told me he knows which school I'm from. And he can even say which course I was in. Which means he is someone that's around me. Honestly, I have no idea who is he till now. I tried to see who is he or where is he from, but I couldn't. Then following, he sent me a photo of my sister sister and asked if he should do the same to her. I made a police report and the police officer, who is a lady, asked if I blocked him and etc. instead of assuring me that it's okay. But after I made the police report, I didn't really receive any more harassment from this guy again until now.
Oh, serious? These are the questions that we are getting. I thought like at most like, oh, he called me fat. Then like I very affected.
I thought that was going to be the case today also.
Damn, that's
Heavy,
crazy.
yeah.
So this one is she received a picture of her picture with cum on it.
And it's anonymous.
Have you all experienced anything like that?
I don't think people want to
Come on your picture. Huh? You have
Yeah. But
They send to you?
yeah. But hor,
Ni sabi na.
can I be honest, like, this one is like, frankly speaking, right? They come at my worst face, like, I look the ugliest, then they go and come on me.
That's your main
come on it.
concern.
That's your main concern,
Okay, no lah, but I was just like, why?
为什么这张哦？
Why you
Yeah,
think?
为什么
有
这样？
别的好的你不要用。
That was really your first question.
To be honest, right, when I first saw the video, it was like on IG.
Right.
He take a video of himself like
Oh,
on my photo, and then it was when I had a mullet. But then I don't know why, right? I found it very funny.
I wish every girl out there can be like you, right? Strong enough to laugh at this stuff.
Yeah, I laughed lah, cause like I was like, hey bro, what you doing? Yeah. But it is funny enough because last time I was like, will anyone ever try to take any weird ass photos of me? So I searched my name on all those like sus websites, right? But I found another video of another influencer that had the same thing, like someone on her photo. I won't name names, but it's like, yeah, I was like, what's going on?
他 finish on 那个电话，那你要去插那个电话，要洗那个电话，
哦
还要 send 你那个照片，要找你的 IG 去 send 你那个照片，哎 ，very effort
他
actually。
还买多一个电话来，
Yeah,
that's true.
That's why I want phone for that.
Yeah, oh my god.
可是那是那个 work phone 呢，他躺在他的
Work phone.
Oh, disturbing.
Oh, baby, oh my god，对对呀。
Then when he pick up the phone,
咦，刚刚他 send 完 right，他老板打电话给他。我是 Hello. Yeah, I quite busy now. When I talk to girls, I'll be like, hey, hi.
You got a genuine intention to date, ma, not to.
What you do as a living, what you up to, blah, blah, blah. But when I became a girl, right? Okay, I didn't become a girl. When I act as a girl, right? Dude, it's crazy, How horny guys are. Like to the point where like they really expect, right? Like on the first like sentence, right? I want to fuck you already. Like the girl want to fuck you already. Like what the fuck? Like it's so crazy. And at that point in time, I think I realized like, wow, Tinder really not the way to go for girls. Really 10% of the guys there, yo, genuine interaction.
一个 relationship 啦。
But I would say 90%, right? It's really like they just want to have a
You
quick,
just want to.
来个快的。
Yeah. 来个快的。
They want to 来个快的。
Okay.
And that was honestly very disturbing for me.
Okay, however, there is a professional help for this type of things, okay? And that is called the Association of Women for Action and Research, otherwise known as Aware Singapore.
Oh, cute lah, you didn't name.
对。
Next question by B, who is 18 years old. This situation actually happened at the start of 2025. I was young and I wanted validation from men or strangers online. So of course, a lot of times my convos with men got sexual. With a different guy B, it was sexual to the point that videos of intercourse was filmed between me and the guy. Obviously, I was so naive, I trusted the guy not to spread it. After blocking another guy A now, because he kept jerking off to my mom's picture.
What the way? What the fuck? Whoa!
I realized I had sent the videos to him. So of course, block and delete. Got no way of chasing him back on Telegram, the stupid app. I ignored this for a couple of weeks before it finally got to me. Few weeks later, my neighbor texted me and asked, yo, is this you on an adult website? I was shocked. So me and my then boyfriend went to investigate. Turned out my video, including my face, was captured and it was probably spread by guy A on not just one site, but 3 to 4 different adult sites. Ultimately, it reached the school's Instagram page and I was called in for investigations. You can imagine my family's shock when they found out. For a few weeks, I couldn't leave my house alone, so my then boyfriend accompanied me and my close friends always made sure I was with him. While a police report was made, my dad made me go down to the location to find the perpetrator's address and tried to track him down. Until now, I have no idea of whether it's still being spread, but every day I live in fear knowing that some people out there, whether or not in school, may recognize my face from those adult sites. Another issue is that I broke up with my boyfriend, but I don't know whether he still holds those videos of me. P.S. Postscript, the guy's face was also in the video, but I chose not to interfere anymore because it reopened wounds from the past. Till this day, I still get some men walking up to me and asking whether it's me, and I get so freaked out, gotta live with the consequences. How effective are the current laws in protecting victims of image-based sexual abuse? And you know, Telegram is often seen as a safe space for abusers because of its encryption and weak moderation. What do you think should be done to hold platforms like Telegram accountable. Damn,
fuck
that
this.
was really heavy.
Wait, how old is she?
18.
18? That means this happened when she's much younger?
I would.
No lah, start of 20.
But still very young
Just too
lah.
But 2025 she
young.
got guy B, guy A and a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And broke up.
I mean,
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
it's October already, ma.
That's
Wow,
very
that's a lot.
fast.
When you young, you know,
Okay.
他们要来个快的。
Or like a
You know,
quite
it's not like, you know,
Life
like,
happens fast.
yeah, when we
Yeah.
older, right, we think a bit
Slow
more.
down,
Yeah, we slow
slow
down. 我们 cannot catch up 了。
So basically, this story is a very long and heavy one. Let's break it down, lah, okay?
我们 start 那个 header that
Yeah.
got me off guard.
Yes.
什么那个男的 right 要找你的妈妈的照片
Yeah.
right 来 jerk off. I felt like the moment you know that right cannot already. Let's go already.
That's
That's
a
crazy.
straight red flag, man.
我们 from right like the second question was talking about how someone come on your picture.
Yeah.
Now it's come on your mother
I
picture.
told you it gets worse.
妈妈不是乱玩的嘞。
I told you it gets worse already.
Actually, yeah, if distribution of pornography, isn't that a crime in Singapore?
It
不是 pornography 吧？它只是 normal 照片吗？
No, but as in the guy who leaked their
It is,
sex
it
tape.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Right?
But they couldn't find who was the guy.
Hush, but she will remember who's the guy, what?
But I think why she don't dare to confront is because then another can of worms, more people is going to see it. Police see, this see, that see.
Right,
Go viral.
right.
More people see. Like 我们不知道 but now because if we know who is she, people are curious, and then more and more people
Yeah.
see. As much as it's so counter-innovative, is keep quiet. Lor.
If it's me lah, I don't know because I'm a guy. I may not really know the mentality of a girl, right? I would rather make it a bit bigger. It's like your closure, you know lah. Even though more people know, but at least we're close from this chapter.
Wow, hard
Right.
There was one case, right? Even though, yeah, I think girls should think twice before filming all these
Yep.
kind of sexy videos because you guys have like more to lose compared to a guy in this society.
Yep.
But I also have to say there are instances where the girls are filmed unknowingly, and actually that happened.
Unknowingly is different.
That happened to one of my close friends. Yeah,
I think it happened more
she was
often than you
drunk.
think.
She was drunk, right? Then the guy like bring her in front of the car. Then you know the car got the camera.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, then he just like they did it in front of the camera and then they film. And then the girl would, when you're drunk and you're in the moment, you wouldn't think, oh yeah, the car camera is filming me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So end up when they had a very ugly breakup, right? He actually used this video to like threaten her.
Oh
Damn.
no.
To stay. She was brave enough to call the police. She called the police, right? Then when the police came and investigated him, right, they found other videos of him filming other girls, like secretly.
With the same camera.
No, different ones. So like
okay,
sometimes like he will, when him and the girl about to do it, then he'll hide the camera like on top of the cabinet.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's crazy
Such a
how
CCTV style.
common this is, you know. And it will be like the most unassuming guy.
你越讲 right, the more I hate men. I hate men more and more. Like this
You know you're a man, right?
I know.
Okay. What do you think of this sentence? I was young and I wanted validation from men or strangers online.
I was in your shoe at one point in time. I wanted to talk to a lot of people.
Right.
like-
You want to please everybody, make everybody.
no, more like I didn't want to feel alone.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody will get out of that phase. It's just how long later.
Yeah.
And I feel like you need to hear it from someone. You need to start to like love yourself. You need to self-care one.
Yeah.
You self-care, right? When you reach that point, right, you know like your hobbies, you know what you like to do for pastime, then you stop caring about other people, right?
Yeah.
Then at that point in time, right, then you all these things will happen. One. You won't like, send news to other
Yeah.
people, that kind of thing.
I also got bring this up a couple of
I
times.
fucking know what you're gonna say
Yeah,
already.
correct. Is that one?
如果你要用 Telegram，你要用 SingPass to log in.
Yeah, I mean any social medias you must use SingPass or a verifiable telephone number. It's because right, if you are like that right, you can do whatever fuck you want. You can say whatever you want. You can send all your dick pics you want, but you must take responsible.
So I hope B, you are doing much better right now. Be safer out there lah, in the online world. And like I don't want to say this is a very good case study, but like I hope everybody can learn something from this story lah.
Yeah.
And if you all do need professional help, there's actually help out there, which is called She Cares at the SCWO, which is the Singapore Council of Women's Organization, where they provide counselling and also pro bono legal advice. So pro bono means free of charge.
So this is by R31, and he or she say, back when I was about 18 years old, I had a fan, or basically just someone that always interacted with my TikTok. And the more the person commented on my life, the more we talked, and I started gaming with this guy, and slowly became friends with him. Long story short, came to find out he was jacking off to my TikTok.
不是睡觉，不要 jacking 啊！
哇
哎呀嘞！
当然，他 like
Guys, another guy.
Oh my god!
That's a pattern.
Not even sexual, by the way, just purely dancing videos, trends you see on TikTok.
Right.
But he openly told me on TikTok DMs that he jacked off to my videos and other underage girls as well, and sends me their TikTok to ask if they are cute, etc. And honestly, I'm a very open person, and we did gossip about past exes and whatnot. But he crossed the line when he sent me a video of an underage girl's naked dancing video. He probably thought it's fine because I'm a girl and it's a girl seeing the video. But I asked if the girl gave him permission to show others her video, and he said no. But he thought it was okay too because I'm a girl and I'm not going to harass her or anything. Yes, of course I won't, plus I don't know her. But it just didn't sit right with me knowing he's leaking some underage girl's video. It was so clearly shown in the video. Because of that, I slowly drifted and eventually stopped talking to him. But he tried repairing the friendship through gifts and sending them to my house. He got my address from one of the screenshots I sent of my Shopee checkout card, which I was so stupid to stream by accident on one of my Discord calls with him while gaming. And he got angry because I kept avoiding him. Then he doxed me by putting my full name and address on his spam public account, which is literally called and put my phone number, which he got from my tele when I added his contact back when we were friends. On the bio of that TikTok account, basically revealing my private information on a public account just to spite me. But I went to the police and to no surprise, the investigators said that they found an insane amount of saved TikToks of underage girls and sexual naked videos of them in his possession. I was not allowed to know of the consequences he faced, but the police has the details of the TikTok account and my details have been taken down. But hopefully girls can learn from my lesson to be really careful of the guys they meet online. It was my fault for being careless and trusting the wrong people. By the way, we were never together. I just thought of him as a really horny online friend at the time. I think honestly, I would just like Dewy to really advise the younger girls to be really be so careful of men on the internet, especially with social media being a literal job nowadays. Especially girls tend to accept a lot of DM requests from men.
看，你们有 responsibility 的哎。你看，再 call 你们 out 了。
president 吧。
OK，
你知道
I be president. All men no social media, all kept in a cage. Just kidding. Except for my father and my boyfriend. You also, I think, okay lah. Okay. You may be in the jail.
In the gym or the jail?
The jail. No, but can I just give a very strong tip? Don't be friends with anonymous people, because I actually have a story very similar to this, okay? So one day, right, when I was in poly, right, my brother told me, hey, Zaya, police come to our house and put a note, ask you to go down station. Then I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even do anything. So I went down and there was this IO, but they were very nice to me, so I knew, okay, like, not I break crime or what. Then after that, they were like, okay, so just want to explain the situation to you. Basically, this guy was apprehended and we found in his records, like we were investigating the situation, and we found that your contacts were one of the people that he messaged when he was posting as a fake female. So the situation was like when I was 14, right? This random girl DM me. So it was a girl. She said, I'm recruiting models. I was 14 and naive. I was like, I want to be a model. Then she's like, okay, can you just send me some casting pictures? So I took casting pictures like any girl, like face, side, right? Then she started saying things like, okay, you go onto your bed and start getting sexy. Like when you're on your bed, you will feel more like yourself. And then she was like luring me, right, to take very suggestive pictures.
At that point in time, you feel like sus.
Yes, no, I was sus, but I was like also like, you know what I mean?
Like, I want to be a model.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I was
okay,
like,
fuck it.
I was 14. I
young.
knew nothing about the world, right? But I finally caught on when she's like, oh, you can take off all your clothes. So, okay, you know what? I did send some photos, but it was in a tight dress. But then the moment they asked me to take off my clothes, I was like, okay, this is sus. Then I just blocked that number.
Right,
And
okay.
then I felt like, what the fuck was that? Then after the IO explained everything to me, then they're like, yeah, we saw your photos, we saw your messages, and we want to ask you to give your statement because we have caught the guy and we need all the accounts from the girl so that we can like give him his sentence lah. I was honest, I told them what happened, everything that I'm telling you guys now. I went home after that. A few months after, I received a letter from the police and I was so happy when I got this. They said the guy go jail.
Wow. Put him in a cage.
Yeah, I was so happy. I was like, hey, but for the first time, I was like, hey, I put a guy in jail. I put a bad guy in jail.
Really, too excited for that.
Okay.
No, but fuck him.
Okay.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
No, and it was the way he pretended to be a girl. And you know, I was so young, I actually believed that it was just some jie on the other line, but it wasn't. It was a chikope. But honestly, advice to any girls out there, right? Don't talk to anyone anonymously online. Anything you want to do it privately. And if you want validation from other guys, right? Sure, I understand the phase. days when you want to go out, get attention. No, I get it. But don't make any mistakes or do anything, right, that can haunt you for life. Never. Don't ever. Like, anything permanent like nudes, photos, don't. Okay?
Now social media is all being about a job, right? Like there's so many
Influencer is a job.
Yeah.
People want to be influencer, want to be model next time.
Correct. But a lot of people may not be familiar with tools like comment settings, privacy controls, channel guidelines, and reporting tools that may help you to prevent this naughty little man from coming onto your platform or coming on their phone with your
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the wordplay there.
Yes, correct. And so these features also help creators to review comments, control who can view your video, so you can filter let's say not very appropriate men to view your content and they don't have access to your dancing videos, that kind of thing. YouTube has also updated their report video feature, so it's easier for creators to report a video that misuses synthetic content.
I have to say my experience in YouTube for the last 14-15 years, YouTube is rather safe.
We have a part to play as well.
Yeah.
Like we see inappropriate comments or what, we also
We have to call them out.
we can call them out, we can report the hate comment or whatever it is.
And the next submission is by MX, and he or she say, how can I help my child if he is a target of cyberbullying? I know my kid is being bullied online and it pains my heart, but I'm not familiar with the platforms the kid are using nowadays. Hey, last time kena bully one.
Is it?
May not look like
But
it.
every time I play Dota, you just bully others.
Because already kena already, man. So like, revenge to the world. Me against the world.
Okay.
This is how all the bullying starts.
Yeah,
It's like,
they
just keep
also
revenge.
They also justify themselves, they were bullied, that's why they become
Yeah, it's like that one. The world is round. How do you get bullied last time?
physically, kena beat up.
Serious?
When I was primary school, until I got a growth spurt.
That's why you always hit me like you. It's like really.
Okay, I was from a boys' school,
Right.
so it's very rough. But it's just physically, they just come out to me, stone cold stunner me and this kind of thing.
Wow.
You know, it sounds fun until you realize they say wrestling is fake. Until somebody that is not professionally trained go do that type of moves, it freaking hurts.
Right.
Yeah. 4 months back, right, I saw a physical bullying happening in a...
Yeah, I saw your Insta story.
I got post. I saw this bunch of kids in the thing. I thought they were playing. Until I drive, then I see they are like throwing things at him and beating him and strangling him. And
my God.
doesn't look like fun already. But because the guy is like that. But I don't know what school. I'm in the car. I cannot stop them and they go different way. So I remember whatever fuck I can. The moment I stop the car, I faster post. They all track. They say, based on your description, this is from the school. Then a lot of parents come in and see. They say, okay, it's from this school. At this point of time, when this bus, it should be this class and all that. And they found then it's actually bullying. So the thing is, and this bullying have been going for a long time, months. Okay, inside the school bus, the students that were sitting in front know of this thing that happened in few months, but they don't dare to report because they scared they will be the next. Then the school say they investigate and correct. I say I want to know what are the actions that you took. Then he never reply me.
You see, this is why 你们 influencer 有 power 的，有能力的，有权力
No,
的。
but I just saying that I feel if you see something right and you feel something is not right, say something wrong.
Yeah.
Speak out
Okay.
wrong.
Have you been bullied in school before?
Not to that extent though. Female very different.
It's mental and psychological.
Yeah. It's very like
你们玩 mind
bitchy.
game 的啊
They'll try to bully me, but then sometimes I think they're fighting with me, then I fight back. So not really bully. It's like they try, then it becomes a fight.
Oh, so
So
you
I
get
have
bullied.
fight,
You fight back.
I only got really bullied when I was like P6. I got singled out, but like it was just like bitchiness, they singled me out, but it wasn't like so bad. It's important that people are around, right? We don't have like the bystander effect, which I think a lot of Singaporeans have.
Bystander effect is a very, very real thing in
Yeah,
Singapore.
speak up. Like, don't be afraid. Like, you could be someone's hero, like he was to that kid. You know.
to that kid.
But in this case, it's cyberbullying. What will you advise this parent?
I think
okay.
psychologically, right, let the kid be off social media for a while.
Yeah.
For a while.
So that's what I want to bring back, because like I feel like whether being bullied in school, whether it's a social media bully, cyberbullying, whatsoever, I feel like the solution to this, right, I think to me, if what I would do, right, is I will spend more time with my kid. For example, for me,
Yeah.
I will like bring my kid go like, Pokemon hunting, hunt for cards, that kind of thing. Then it relieves stress. And let's say you're being bullied on social media, I find that he will have a reason to like not be on it. Like I don't really care after this, watching my Pokemon card.
They might not feel this way. They will feel very affected when they get this type of comments and shit, and they let it run their life. And then they'll be very curious if anybody speak up for them, and then they keep seeing and they will spiral.
Why that will happen is because, right, at the end of the day, you still want validation from other people. And then you don't really have someone very close to you. Then you feel like, why people don't like me?
Yeah.
For me, if I'm a dad, right, I will make me and my son best friends. And then you don't need any validation from anybody else. And if people say like he's stupid, he's ugly, he'll be like, I don't care, I'm going to go buy Pokemon
You
cards.
need a very strong family support.
Yeah.
And we have to grant that in this society, right, most parents are working outside. They might not have that luxury of time to spend so much on that. But if this is so important to you and your child is suffering this much, right, I think something has to change. If you are the presidents, do you want to put an age limit for social media? Will you want to, like, 你觉得他们8岁在 Instagram 还是 TikTok?
我觉得有 flip side. So as a politician in Singapore,
Yes.
I feel like it's always two sides to things.
Alright.
Like if you're on social media, you can be very knowledgeable. Right? You can learn a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things on social media. If you don't have the mindset and you look on the negative side of things, it's not very good. You know, debatable.
Okay, you want? Okay, how about you, Nigel?
Maybe like content based, like you know, like you watch movie, you
M18 or that. That's the easiest thing to bypass. I see.
No, because I feel like we shouldn't, because they are so young. We shouldn't limit their decision as so young.
Because when they're young, right, they're like a sponge, you know, absorb the most things.
Yeah, and
we can
Bad
like
and good absorb lah.
that's how you learn,
but it really develop the mindset. Right?
Yeah, it really is. Why are we giving such a heavy responsibility to a kid? We should be the ones making like the society better for
So
them.
the parents should be the one that moderate that.
Yes. No, because like I believe in this theory, like it's called the forbidden apple theory. The more you limit something to someone, the more tempting you'll look. And then as humans, right, we are all yearning for freedom of choice. Yeah, it's a balance between good and bad. We still have our part to play to control like what's good for our young people. We are the ones building it right now. So if we don't build at the foundation, right, it's going to be worse for them already.
I do think that the responsibility is in the parents' hand though. To number one, teach your kid how to get criticism online, because criticism will come not just online and offline. And then actually my response to the previous topic that we talked about is that I will actually, if my kid gets hate comment or like cyberbullying, right, I actually sit them down and say, if you're gonna put yourself online, you're gonna get this kind of comments, whether you like it or not. People have the right to judge you because we have comments for a reason, right? However, right, this is how you're gonna deal with it. Understand all these words, they hold no weight, blah, blah, blah. But then, right, if the cyberbullying happened in real life, right, actually I'll bring my kid and confront the kids together and the parents. Yeah, I'll tell them, this is how you deal with stupid people. You question them. Okay, come, let's ask them. But like back to it, I really think that kids and social media, right, it's really in the parents' control. Create a system in their life where they have a balance of like offline and online life. You know what I mean?
Don't completely cut, but like really moderate.
I wonder now schools, do they have like a session or talks or maybe even a class, right, just to talk about social media, how you should react?
Confirm have. I'm pretty sure have. I'm sure
It's a
have.
must. It's an important part of the life.
I think have. I think
Then
have.
right, 那个 lecturer right 全部做 content creator 的。
对对，我有工作了嘞，
对啊，你看 Poly 啊，新加坡 Poly 啊，还有什么 Poly 我都忘记了。
No, secondary
I think
school.
I should start at secondary school. Primary school, secondary school. Must tell them how to.
对咯，Woodlands Sec 啊 ，Admiralty Sec 啊 ，Marsiling Sec 啊。
This is as important as you should have a final exam on this.
那些那个 MCQ 的要 share 那个 OAS sheet A 是don't use your phone after 12 p.m.
A how to reply? LOL. LMAO.
It's more of the mindset, right? If they know, right, the logic behind reacting to negative comment, how you should take it, right? If they understand the science of it, all these people words hold no weight and everything, right?
Oh, you're right.
It's actually very
Wait,
good.
oh my god.
And you start from young, then they say, 他讲而已嘛. They don't feel loud, they don't feel ego. They just say, this is what I learned, right? It doesn't matter. It should be introduced as early as primary school.
Especially now, because technology is only going to get more and more advanced.
You remember
really.
recently got a kid that sent a voice memo to the mother.
The mother right?
Say what, I will burn your kid down or I don't know.
Yes.
If 他有这个 course, 他应该懂 that shouldn't be the way and she shouldn't be doing that. She probably really don't think that it's a big deal. That's why she said,
like can anyhow say these kind of things, right?
So as such, I really say, right, we put this as a module.
Okay, but before we end today's episode, other than our delusional policy,
Yes.
but the actual help that y'all can get, we'll link all those like the She Care, Aware, you know, all that in the description box below. So if you ever need, don't be shy, click on it.
And send it to someone who you think needs help.
And ladies, protect yourself.
So as always, remember to follow all our socials, follow Dewy on our socials. Clear for more, clear to what, and cut to the bloopers.
The president is now leaving the shoot.
All right, please clear the
the main area.
President is standing up.
Standing up. The president is standing up.
President.
Oh.